And the new warning also says hail up to ping pong ball sized as well. So, if you're in Memphis, if you were in Germantown, if you were in South Haven, Olive Branch, you need to be in your safe place right now. So let's go back to the radar. And there, of course, is your couplet that is crossing North Tunica right now. And based off of the latest scan, all right, based off of the current track, all right, so of course, their course is the track of the tornado right now. And it looks like it is going to cross Hernando based off of this area, based off of the radar itself. It's going to cross Hernando at where 55 intersects 269. So it's going to stay a little bit north of Hernando by just a few miles. But if you are in Hernando, I still want you in your safe place right now, as this thing looks like it is going to take a track. It looks like right now that the possible tornado is going to take a track similar to this, which would make it cross Hernando up at where 269 crosses 55. So it looks like right now, unless it takes a hard turn to the right, which is possible with these tornadoes. But for right now, on the latest scan, it does look like that it's going to go a little bit north and east of Hernando, Mississippi, crossing in between Horn Lake and Hernando, Mississippi. And the good news is that this couplet has really broadened out. And also the good news is I have not seen any damage coming out of Tunica, Mississippi, which is good. That storm was really, really good looking a couple of scans ago, and now, see right there, that looked like a good supercell producing thunderstorm. Now, as it's moved towards Hernando, it looks like it is weakening somewhat, which is a blessing for those in the tornado warning. But I do not want you guys to let your guard down just yet. But it does look like for me that this storm, it does look like that this storm is weakening some as it moves towards. Okay, where is that? Um, all right. Let's see. Okay, so the Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center are contemplating a new tornado watch that will be issued over the next hour for the areas in West Mississippi, off to the south of this. So there is a 95% chance that a new watch will be issued for places like, unfortunately, Rolling Fork again, Yazoo City, and points off to the west. But like I said, the good news is this tornado has moved through Tunica, Mississippi, and I have not heard of any damage reports so far. So that is wonderful news. So once again, this is moving towards Hernando. But I'm... Oh, wow. See, that has really broadened out. The rotation was really tight. Okay. All right, so the Weather Service still continues. The tornado warning, damage threat considerable. For a tornado at 7:45 that was located over Eudora, or 10 miles west of Hernando, moving northeast at 50. So the Weather Service in Memphis is still saying that this thing is on the ground. So let's go to correlation coefficient and see where this thing is. And I tell you guys, I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing anything that would indicate that this thing is still on the ground. Because there's no good debris signature. That looks pretty messy, in my opinion. The couplet is still going to be in this area right here, about 10 miles, like they said, west of Hernando. But that is not as tight as it once was when it was over North Tunica, and based off of that, I still don't see anything that would indicate that this thing is still on the ground. I don't see a debris signature like I did with this storm when it was back over North Tunica. I can that storm is definitely in a weakening phase as it moves further off towards the northeast. Because it does not have that supercell type look that it did when it crossed the Mississippi River. So I still want you in your safe place. Horn Lake, South Haven, and Olive Branch, and Hernando. But I can guarantee you that this storm is in a weakening trend, or it's either in a cycling phase. But your tornado at this point, and let me give you some places of reference. It's going to be over Cub Lake, Trinity, and Eudora along Old Highway 304. That is going to be the area also near Arca Arcaboodle Lake, also down towards the area of Pleasant Hill. That is going to be the area Cub Lake, Trinity, Pratt Road on the southern part of Arca Arcaboodle Lake. So that is going to be the area also near State Highway 301 and Trinity, Mississippi, up there in DeSoto County. Also, if you are in Robinson, Gin, you need to be in your safe place as well. So the possible tornado is going to be coming over Baldwin Road South, Pratt Road, and Cub Lake right now. And this is also going to be near the area of Eudora and Trinity there in DeSoto County, Mississippi. And it still looks to me like this thing is weakening. However, it looks like it's going to cross into Hernando, like I said, near the 269 and 55 at 7:51. So that is going to be the time that this thing is crossing over that location. But like I said, this thing has weakened considerably as it has crossed into DeSoto County. And based off of that signature, I am really encouraged by what I'm seeing here. And let's see what it looks like on the correlation coefficient with the new scan. And if there's anything down, that is going to be on the county line right here, about to cross into Trinity and then Hernando. So if there's anything on the ground, it's going to be this area right here, moving off in that direction. I mean, that's the only thing that I can think, because that matches up right where the couplet is. Because there's your couplet right there. And that's where your debris ball is. So yeah, that's got to be right there where the tornado is. Really close to the county line between Tate and DeSoto County, Mississippi right now. Tunica. Horseshoe Lake. Now, if you're in Tunica, I can give you guys the all clear, because this is northeast of you guys right now. If you are in Horseshoe Lake, I can give you guys the all clear because it's going to stay south of you. However, if you're in Hernando or up there near Horn Lake, Olive Branch, or South Haven, this is going to be knocking on your door here within a matter of minutes. Also, if you are near, okay. All right, so so the Weather Service is going back observed. All right, so it was radar indicated, now it's back to observed. So they must have confirmation on this that this thing is observed. Okay, so let me go back to the radar and go to the correlation coefficient. Let's see where this thing is right there. Okay. So there, of course, is your debris signature. Like I was talking about, there it is right there. And according to that, that is a very large tornado. Because that is debris that is being lofted by this tornado of homes and trees and whatnot. All right, so there is your confirmed tornado that is on the ground, that is sitting on the county line right now. So if you are in Hernando, Mississippi, I need you to be in your safe place right now, as this is what I'm going to call now a tornado emergency for Hernando, Mississippi right now. This is also going to be close to where 55 intersects 269. It looks like it's where this thing is going to cross. Very close to the area of DeSoto County Museum, or a little bit north of that area. If you live anywhere from Hernando all the way up to where 69 crosses 55, that is where this thing is going to cross. This thing is going to cross somewhere within this zone right here. Because there's your tornado moving up in this general area right there. So this is coming up on the 51 corridor first, and then it will cross 55 and 269. Now, if you are on Robertson Road or Memphis Street in northern Hernando, you need to be in your safe place right now. This is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado that is sitting right there, crossing towards the area of Hernando, Mississippi. And it looks like off of that scan that, hold on. This thing is currently sitting over Eudora and Old Highway 304 right now. All right, so it just shifted, and now it is sitting over Fog Road and 304. So if you are near the area of Dean's Corner, you need to be in your safe place right now, because this is where it's coming over right now. Also, the Rising Sun Road area along the 69 corridor, just off to the west of Hernando, Mississippi. So, All right, so your possible tornado looks like it is going to go just to the northwest of Hernando, as it looks like it is crossing the 69 corridor right now. All right, and this is going to be out towards the area of all right, so this is going to be over Tulane Road and Pine Tree Road along the 69 corridor. All right, now we're getting reports coming in of a tornado with damage 7 miles northeast of Tunica, Mississippi. All right, so we you know that dam, the Arcalabutula Road Dam Road in Tunica. So we're getting reports of damage coming out of this area. But if you are in Tunica, Mississippi, your tornado is going to be crossing the 69 corridor near Tulane Road and the old Highway 304. And then next up is going to be the Star Landing Road West. And then it's going to come up towards the Nesbitt Road area and Dean Road. So this is also going to be near the area of Dean's Corner, Nesbitt Road, Star Landing Road West. You need to be in your safe place right now as well. Also near Nesbitt, this is moving up towards Horn Lake and South Haven, Mississippi. So now it has taken a track and a turn to the northeast, and it does look like that it's moving towards Horn Lake and South Haven, Mississippi right now. So basically, it looks like it is paralleling the 55 corridor right now. And I want to see if I can get any kind of camera out of this area that we can actually see this thing coming at us. So this thing is crossing out of Hernando and moving up towards the area of Nesbitt and Horn Lake right now. So if you were near DeSoto County Driver's License Station, Horn Lake High School, or Church Road, this is coming up on you right now. All right, so this is going to be in perfect condition right here. All right, I'm going to switch off of the radar for a second because I think I've got a good view of where this thing is going to cross Horn Lake, Mississippi. And this is going to be at Church Road off of US 51. So this is going to be right in the area of where this tornado is going to cross out of Horn Lake. Okay, so this is US 51 South at Church Road. All right, and we are looking south out of this area. All right, so I'm going to try to see. Okay, 804. A confirmed tornado was located near Hernando, moving northeast at 45. So, a weather spotter confirmed a tornado at 7:55 near Fog Road and Interstate 69. All right, so that's a little bit further off to the south here. So any one of these cameras, I think, would set us up in a good spot to see this tornado as it comes into Horn Lake. So your possible tornado is going to be sitting right near the area of Austin Road and North Roberts Road along Star Landing Road as well. So this is going to be a little bit south of this area. So if you are near the area of DeSoto Woods, Alden's, Austin Road, or North Robertson Road, you need to be in your safe place right now, as this is going to be the area that this tornado is coming up on right now. It has crossed 69, and it is about to cross 51 within a matter of moments. So I'm going to try to see if we have any views that would show where the tornado is right now. Okay, so the good news is the Weather Service in Memphis has gone back to this being radar indicated. All right, so apparently the tornado warning and the tornado has dropped off of the observed, and they've gone back to radar indicated for Benton, DeSoto, and Marshall counties in Mississippi until 8:45. So this thing has gone from observed to radar indicated to observed and now back to radar indicated. And your possible tornado now was located over Lewisburg or near Olive Branch, moving to the northeast at 60. So, of course, this thing has cycled. It was back over in the southwestern flank of this storm, but now that it has morphed into a storm and morphed into a bigger storm, your possible tornado now is going to be over the area of Olive Branch, Mississippi. So let's go to velocity and see if we can see, and there it is. There's your possible tornado. Now, we've had multiple reports of tornadoes and debris signatures, obviously moving through Horn Lake and South Haven. Now your possible tornado is going to be sitting south of Olive Branch, moving north of Holly Springs, about to cross over into the areas of northern Marshall County in Mississippi, and then passing into Fayette County, Tennessee. So if you were in Hernando, guys, I can give you guys the all clear. It crossed the area of Hernando. Give me just a second, and I will relay that image and that area for you. At 7:55, the tornado crossed Hernando at Fog Road and Interstate 69. Now, this storm is radar indicated with a possible tornado near Olive Branch. So that is wonderful news that this thing is now radar indicated. Now, for the people that are not in northwestern Mississippi, we've got one supercell thunderstorm that is sitting in between South Haven and Olive Branch, Mississippi. And then look at this. The rest of the state of Mississippi is all clear right now, other than a couple of showers that are down here south of Vicksburg, in between Port Gibson and Vicksburg, moving towards the Bolton and Raymond area, and none of those are severe. Now let's look a little bit further off towards the area, and I do note that there are storms that are forming back here in Arkansas, and those will have to be watched as they move in this general area later on tonight, if I could draw correctly. But right now, we have one active tornado warning, and it's going to be for this storm just off to the northeast of Hernando, Mississippi, about to cross over Olive Branch, Mississippi, and then it will move towards the area of Tennessee. And once it gets into Tennessee, I can give everybody in Mississippi the all clear from this one storm. So once again, there is your possible tornado that is sitting near Olive Branch, Mississippi. And also near the Hialeah, Mississippi area. So there, of course, is your tornado. And I'm trying to see. All right. This was a radar scan at 7:55. There. All right, that was at 7:55. Let me back up. There was the tornado when it crossed the 69 corridor and Fog Road north of Hernando. And if you will watch that, as it got into Horn Lake and moved like that, it completely dissipated. Bam, it's gone. The new couplet is going to be for this area right here, but that looks really messy, so I'm not willing to call that a tornado just yet. However, that does match up right there where the couplet is, but I'm still not willing to call that yet a tornado warning or tornado on the ground yet. But there, of course, was the couplet that produced a tornado on the northern side of Fernando right there, and then as it moved towards the Horn Lake area, it just completely dissipated, and this one became the dominant one on that storm. And so now it is moving south of Olive Branch and moving towards the Tennessee-Mississippi state line, east of Olive Branch, Mississippi. And so this is going to stay northwest of Holly Springs, Mississippi. And for those of you watching, this is Stephen Ray, and I am a meteorology student at Mississippi State taking broadcast meteorology, and I will graduate with the meteorology degree a year from August, and then I will officially be named Meteorologist Stephen Ray or Meteorologist Stingray, whichever one you want to call me. But I am in meteorology school down there in Starkville, Mississippi, and so that is the reason that I do this severe weather coverage for you guys. It's not only to get some credibility, but to also help you guys out with all of the tornado events that I can here for the great state of Mississippi. And I want to thank all of the fine people there at Mississippi News Report on Facebook for allowing me the opportunity to go live for you guys over in the state of Mississippi, as well as the Mississippi Stormtroopers. And I want to make sure that I say the name correctly. So I really do want to thank John Ross Myers, who runs the Mississippi News page, for giving me the opportunity to give you guys long-form tornado coverage when needed inside the state of Mississippi. So once again, if you were in Hernando, if you were in South Haven, if you were in Horn Lake, I can give you guys the all clear. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire. Now this thing is sitting in between Olive Branch and the Tennessee-Mississippi state line. This will not impact Holly Springs. This will not impact Ashland. And once this moves into Tennessee, I can give everybody in Mississippi the all clear from this one storm, and then we will need to turn our attention to the storms that are over near Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So let's take a look and see what is upstream in Arkansas. And that's not a good sign, folks. That is not a good sign. You've got a supercell thunderstorm trying to develop southwest of Hernando. You've got a couple more right here near Pine Bluff. And then you've got one that is northwest of El Dorado, Arkansas. And then, of course, for Crystal Springs and Brookhaven, you guys have to watch this one that is south of Shreveport. And let's put this into motion. And this entire line is slowly going to be pushing off towards the east and southeast. So Tunica heads up again for another potential storm that is coming on the same trajectory as the storm that is up here near Olive Branch, Mississippi. And let's see if we can see any kind of rotation with this new storm. And there's a little bit, not much, but there's a little bit there. So we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes. Tunica, Hernando, and South Haven on this storm that is north of DeWitt, Arkansas, because it is coming on that same track again. Oh man, unfortunately. So there, of course, is the storm that bears watching for Tunica, Horn Lake, South Haven, and Hernando once again. But for right now, the tornado warning is in between Olive Branch and Byhalia, Mississippi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And if I'm not, I apologize about that. And so this is going to stay north of Holly Springs. And then once it gets north of Holly Springs, it is going to cross into Tennessee. All right. All right, so we're getting, now we are getting reports. All right, so we are getting reports now of thunderstorm wind damage, some roof damage, and trees down near the intersection of Highway 304 and Scenic Lane in Tunica, Mississippi. Also, DeSoto County has been canceled from the tornado warning, and this does continue for Benton and Marshall until 8:45 for a severe thunderstorm that was capable of producing a tornado located near Mount Pleasant, moving east at 55. So, DeSoto County has been taken out of the tornado warning, and I would almost guarantee Olive Branch, I can give you guys the all clear. So, parts of Benton and Marshall County, Mississippi remain under the tornado warning. DeSoto County has been dropped. And so once again, I do want to show you that that is the only storm of concern in the entire state of Mississippi. There's no other warnings anywhere from Memphis all the way down to the coast of Mississippi, but there are other storms back off towards the west that we do have to watch coming towards the state of Mississippi within the next little bit. So, this thing is going to stay north of Holly Springs And in about 15 minutes or so, or probably even less than that, I can push this thing into Tennessee and we can sign off here in Mississippi. Because this thing is going to stay over mainly rural areas of Benton and Marshall counties in Mississippi. So, if you were in Benton or Marshall County in Mississippi, Collinsville, Bay, hold on. Byhalia, Mississippi, Mount Pleasant, LaGrange, and Michigan City are going to be in the area of concern. Now, LaGrange is just across the state line up in Tennessee. So, if you are near Mount Pleasant, Mississippi, this thing is going to be on top of you right now. It is crossing the 72 corridor. Also, if you are near the area of Tasca, Mississippi, also Sladen, Mississippi as well. But Olive Branch, I can give you guys the all clear. And this thing is about to cross, or it's crossing, where the 302 crosses the 72 in North Mississippi near Mount Pleasant, which is also going to be near Benton and Marshall counties up there in northern Mississippi. My hell yeah, okay. My hell yeah. Got it. Got it. Thank you for that tip. By hell yeah. Got it. Thank you guys for all of the updates on how to pronounce the towns over there in Mississippi. All right, so this is now north of the city of okay. All right, so the person that is asking about Belmont, Mississippi, you guys are underneath a severe weather risk. However, it is going to be later on tonight into the overnight hours, like in the pre-dawn hours, unfortunately. Now, for Noxubee County, it looks like it is going to be a less of a threat than what is happening up here in northwest Mississippi. For Oxford, Mississippi, you guys are in the clear right now. However, Oxford is still underneath the tornado warning. I'm sorry, a tornado watch, and that watch goes until 1 a.m. So this is only round number one, And let me show you that round number 2 is going to be this stuff that is forming south of Little Rock, Arkansas. So that was round 1. And this is going to be the last batch that we have to deal with that is just west of the Mississippi River. And this will slowly track this way through the remainder of the night. So it could be a long night for people in Corinth, Boonville, Tupelo, Amory, because we've got to watch these storms as they progress into Mississippi, and unfortunately, they are just now developing. So, let me see what the Weather Service up in Memphis just said. Alright, so radar indicated tornado over Sladen, moving northeast at 60. So this thing is about to be out of Mississippi within a matter of minutes. And then as soon as it crosses into Tennessee, I will sign off and continue to watch these storms back off to the west, because there's no point in me just sitting here talking over nothing when there's no active warnings right now in Mississippi other than that one. Once it crosses into Tennessee, then that's it for now. But once again, we're going to have to watch this area near the Camden area, Pine Bluff, and then, of course, this one that is southwest of Tunica again as it crosses northwest Mississippi. Okay, Mississippi, Tipton, and Lauderdale. I think that is... Huh. Okay. So those storms over here in Arkansas are definitely strengthening. And we're just trying to see what the progression of these do for the rest of the evening. But for those of you in Mississippi, I'm going to give this about 3 more minutes. And it will be out of Mississippi into Tennessee. And then I can give you guys the all clear for right now, and I can sign off. But while it's still in any part of Mississippi, I want to stay here. So your possible tornado was sitting over the city of Sladen, moving northeast at 60. Which, if that's the case, that would put it out of Mississippi in about 3 minutes. So, for those watching on the Tennessee state line, there is your possible tornado that is right here. Moving like that. And it is about to cross the 72 corridor, which that little faint blue line that you see right through there is the 72 corridor. So this thing is going to come up towards the area of Grand Junction, Tennessee. And then eventually the next big town in Tennessee would be Middleton, Tennessee, I guess. All right, so they've gone back to observed for Benton and Marshall counties. All right, so they've gone back to observed. So let's see on correlation coefficient if we can see where this thing is, and there it is. All right, so there it is. There is your confirmed tornado that is crossing the 72 corridor right now over Sladen, moving east at 45. Track's going to take it just about like that. But once again, this is a confirmed tornado that is on the ground doing damage, about to cross out of Mississippi going into Tennessee. And once it crosses into Tennessee, there it is. There's your new scan. And there it is. And I tell you, man, this thing does not want to get out of Mississippi. Hey, this thing wants to stay in Mississippi as long as it can. For whatever reason, this thing is going to cross the 72 corridor. Near the area of 72 and Early Grove, Mississippi. And then finally, when it crosses the county line over there, it will cross the state line. So next up for this damaging tornado is going to be the area of Early Grove in Mississippi. And then after that, it will cross into Tennessee, paralleling the Early Grove Road area. So we've got about, I would say, 5 more minutes with this thing in Mississippi. And then we can give it the all clear because it will pass into Tennessee. So the confirmed tornado is right there over Early Grove, and it's going to cross into Tennessee right there. This is the state line of Tennessee and Mississippi, and this is the county line between Benton and Marshall counties up here in far northern Mississippi. And then this storm will be the problem of Tennessee and not Mississippi. So probably, let me see. All right, so the Weather Service, dadgummit. All right, so the Weather Service in Memphis, for some reason, has added Tippah County in this new warning. So the new warning includes Benton, Marshall, and Tippah now. Man. So now they have put in Tippah County in the tornado warning that includes. I tell you, I'm not believing this. So the new tornado warning will include the areas along the 72 corridor, including Spring Hill, Mississippi, Michigan City, Mississippi, Hopewell, Mississippi, and Brownfield, Mississippi. Wow. So this is going to cross. This basically goes along the 72 corridor from near the areas of Early Grove all the way over to north of Walnut, Mississippi. So that's a pretty good ways along the 72 corridor up there. So I'm telling you guys, this is in far north Mississippi. I'm talking the very, very tip top of North Mississippi. This is north of Holly Springs, north of Ashland, north of Faulkner, and north of Corinth. This is going to be for a very small portion of Mississippi. And let me see. I think Columbus is just too far away. So there, of course, is your confirmed tornado. And I do not know why they issued Tippah in it, but I guess to be on the safe side. But man, this thing does look like it is going towards Grand Junction and Salisbury. But if you were on the Benton Marshall County line near 72, this thing is on top of you right now. And especially if you were near the area of Michigan City and LaGrange, Mississippi as well. Let me stop this. There it is. Your tornado is literally a mile and a half from the state line. I mean, literally a mile and a half from the state line. Oh my gosh. No! All right, folks. All right. Folks, here we go again. National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a tornado warning that does include Tunica County, Mississippi. This is for a tornado near Palmer, 7 miles northwest of Marville, moving northeast at 55. So there, of course, is your new tornado warning. That includes North Tunica and almost to Horseshoe Lake in Mississippi. So there, of course, is the new tornado warning. And I warned you guys that these storms are now packing a punch now back here in Arkansas. So here we go again. And there, of course, is your possible tornado right there. sitting on the county line. Back over in Arkansas, 7 miles northwest of Marvel, moving towards the area of the state line near Tunica, Mississippi.